home selling process from start to finish. Hi, I'm Marie Velte with the Atria Real Estate Group of Keller Williams. So you've decided to sell your home. What next? We'd call a qualified real estate professional to meet with you and discuss the strategy for selling your home. Included in that would be the pricing. What are you going to price your home for? And that'll have a lot to do with that specific snapshot of time in the market. If you're thinking of selling your home next year, deciding the price today is probably not a good strategy, but we can talk about the things that go into that strategy and the things that we can do to help you maximize the sale of your home, or maximize the takeaway from the sale of your home, which is oftentimes most people's biggest asset. So we'll talk about that. So we'll strategize. Included in that strategy might be making a plan for making some improvements in the home. Maybe you could use a freshen up on your paint. Maybe you need some new flooring, light fixtures. Changing out light fixtures can make a huge impact without a significant cost. So paint, flooring, light fixtures, sometimes changing out the hardware on your cabinets, all of those things can make a huge difference. And we'll talk about that when we meet to strategize about selling your home. The other thing that we'll do is talk about furniture placement and how we can make the rooms look as spacious and inviting as possible, thinking about making it picture perfect for when we come to take the professional photography. We use high definition photographers to take the photos of your home that will be used online and for all the buyers to see. So high definition photography is really important. Included in that, we also do floor plans so that the buyers can see what the floor plan looks like, to give them an idea of how the home flows and where all the rooms are located. So those are both really important aspects of the home selling process: is professional photography, the floor plans, and the staging. So making sure that the rooms are pre-packed or decluttered, and having all the furniture arranged so it's warm and welcoming and inviting to the buyers so that they can see themselves there. They can see their furnishings, their stuff in the home. They can imagine themselves living happily in your home if there's not too much distraction and clutter for them when they're visiting your home for the showing. So we want to maximize how they feel when they visit your home. So that's why staging is so important. And then we'll talk about the marketing. How important is marketing your home? How do we do that? Where do we market? Who do we market to? We'll talk about all of those things in the strategy session. And then what happens when you do get a buyer? So let's say you've had your home on the market. We've done all the things that we just talked about. Your home has been on the market and you get an offer that you want to accept. What happens next? The buyer might have a home inspection, which oftentimes they do. If they do have a home inspection, there's usually a amount of time that is allotted for that to take place. Once the home inspection is completed, they may ask us to make repairs or ask for certain things to be done, and you can agree or not agree to do those things as part of the negotiating process. Once we get through the home inspection, the next step is appraisal. Unless your buyer is paying cash, most likely they're going to have mortgage financing, and the lender is going to require an appraisal. That will entail an appraiser visiting your property. They might take some measurements. They're going to walk around and make sure that everything is as it should be, and the condition is good. And they might be in and out in 5 minutes, or they might take a little bit longer and walk around and take a look at the house on the inside and out. Once we get through the appraisal process, then there's a lot of stuff that's happening behind the scenes for you and the buyer. There's title work being done, the buyers making sure that they have all their finances in place, and just preparing for closing. Prior to closing, the buyer is going to make sure that they have their homeowner's insurance policy so that when you leave, you can cancel yours. And then once we get to closing, as a seller, you may pre-sign and not have to go to the title company on closing day. So the seller often pre-signs, and then the buyer will show up at the title company on closing day. So once the buyer signs, and they usually take possession on that day. So usually on the day of closing, unless we've negotiated a little bit of time for you to stay in the home or a rent back, the buyer takes possession immediately. So that means that the seller has to be moved out on the day of closing. That means that your personal items have all been removed and that the home has been cleaned and left in the state that you would want the home to be in if you were the buyer moving in. Then, once the buyer has closed at the title company, you can pick up the proceeds from the home sale in a form of a check, or the title company might wire the funds to your bank account. You have the option of either having the check there waiting and you can go pick it up, or having the title company wire the funds. Either way, whatever is most efficient and effective.